Hello and welcome. In this video we will describe average speed and average velocity. One way to characterize motion in physics is to describe how fast an object is moving, which is called the rate of motion. The rate of motion describes how fast an object is moving. The simplest way of describing the rate of motion is called the average speed. Average speed is defined as the ratio of the distance traveled to the total time taken. Since the distance is positive and time is also positive, the average speed is always positive. The units used to describe average speed are meters per second. Meters per second using the MKS system or the SI units. Now let us see an example and calculate the average speed. A stone is released from a height of 7.0 meters and it takes 3.5 seconds to hit the ground. We have to calculate the average speed of the stone when it hits the ground. For example, this is a stone and it is released from a height of 7.0 meters. That is height 7.0 meters, and it hits the ground in 3.5 seconds. That is the time the stone takes to reach the ground. So we need to calculate the average speed when this stone falls to ground after traveling 7.0 meters. Now the average speed is given by the formula distance traveled to the time taken. Now the distance traveled in this case is 7.0 meters and the time it takes to reach the ground is 3.5 meters, which is equal to 2 meters per second. Meters per second are the units used to describe average speed. So when the stone hits the ground, it hits with a speed of 2.2 meters per second. Average velocity is defined as the ratio of the displacement to the time taken. Represented by VAV, that is the average velocity. Displacement is represented by delta x and the time delta t. Here the delta x describes the change in position. Change in position. And delta t describes the change in time. This can be written as the final position minus the initial position and the final time minus the initial time, Ti. Now displacement can be either positive, negative or zero. Therefore the velocity or average velocity could be either positive, negative or zero. The units used to describe average velocity are the same as the ones that are used to describe speed, which are meters per second.